recently, it's been I've been disturbed about traveling. So my first question is, why do you travel? Sige, Mark, why do you travel?
It's more about learning about yourself.
Learning about yourself. Okay,
Finding
thank
yourself.
you. Finding yourself. Lorraine, why do you travel?
The stress.
Stress reliever. Sige, random lang. Dance, why do you travel?
Escape.
Escape. Owen, why do you travel?
To see the beauty of nature.
Okay. As you all know, traveling the Philippines has been growing and growing and growing. And what's disturbing actually, it's good. It's good for the economy. It's good for us to appreciate the Philippines more. It's good that we discover ourselves more. But actually, on the other side of it, and the thing that disturbs me about it is that and it's a challenge for me actually, and a challenge for you to go beyond the self when you travel. If you notice, all the answers were for stress reliever, to discover myself, to escape, etc. And then actually, I think that mindset or that mindset of traveling that's so focused on the self is actually influencing and affecting the way tourism in general is developed in the Philippines. I will not blame the government, but I will not say it's the government's fault, but actually, yeah, it is their fault. But you know, how tourism is done is driven by what we want. What we say is what the demand says should be. Dahil sa, well, hindi siya kasalanan ng dating called tadhana.
Wow, yeah.
Diba?
Oh my
600 people were inside the caves in Sagada during the Holy Week.
Wow.
Dun sa ano ba yung bundok? Nakalimutan. Kiltepan. So funny, may nag-tweet. Nagmo-moment talaga ako doon. Kaso ang daming ibang nagmo-moment. So, wala silang moment. But I saw picture and God, there were so many people. And in Mount Pulag, for example, where we were there, the capacity I think is around 200 climbers, and that can balloon to 500 climbers at any given weekend. In Batad right now, they're building a road until the village of Batad. So that people
Sorry, can I just ask, like, for perspective,
may question na agad, di ba? Tapos,
kasi no, sorry, hindi ko magana naman. So like when you say yung 500 people, like what is actually the capacity of?
Sige, in my estimate, it's around 100 people. And I have had the privilege or the I was brought up in a family that loves to travel. I first climbed Mount Pulag in 1997. So I know what it looked like back in 1997, and then climbed again 2000, then 2010, 11, up to, I've been to Mount Pulag around 25 times. So alam ko how it has changed, and yun, but my point is that how we choose to travel and the why of how we travel will dictate also the how we travel, and that will dictate to the people who develop or who are in the community what should be. It's hard to assume that the people will just say, okay, I'll take care of my environment, I will take care of the culture, I will take care of. Mahirap yun kasi if it's already economically driven, and if there are 300 people from Manila who will go to Sagada at the same time, what can they do really? Diba? No Holy Week, naubusan ng tubig sa Sagada. That meant even the locals didn't have water for a week. Ngayon, why am I saying this? Kasi una, my first point is that, yun nga, the why that you travel, I hope you don't get stuck in a self-discovery way of traveling. I hope because that's a mindset that checks things off the bucket list, and it means you treat a place or you treat a community or the mindset you get into is very objectifying. I'm there to fulfill a need, a desire I want. Then once I'm done, I can care not anymore. And And if everyone's like that, and then I love that we talk about mindful living here in Muni, it really destroy everything. I used to say that actually one of the most sustainable industries is tourism. Bakit? Kasi you don't extract anything from the environment. Example, mining. Very clearly, directly you take something away from the environment. Or the community. Or logging. Diba talagang may kinukuha ka? But tourism, if done the right way, should not be really, well, it will disrupt things, but it shouldn't be that disruptive. But as the way we're seeing it, that's not what's happening in the Philippines. Sige, kasalanan ng gobyerno na yung mindset sa pag-travel actually in developing traveling in the Philippines. And it's out of experience. And I always share this, parang Philippine tourism development is obsessed with a zipline mentality. Diba? Everyone wants to build the longest, the highest, blah 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 zipline. And they fail to recognize that there is something innately beautiful in the place already. Whether it's the place, and most especially it's the people. Parang talagang there's a tapos laging milk the cow, di ba? Boracay is a prime example na, uy, may turista. Let's be reactive to that and just fulfill their needs. My second point is that parang it's a challenge for you to be involved. And it means for travel developers like ourselves, it's to also shake us up. Kasi we are still entrepreneurs. We are still in a business. And it's very easy for us to say, well, or it's very easy, it's quite convenient for us to say, but this is a business. So I have to concentrate on my income. And you who travel with us have to remind us and say, oops, sandali lang. Di ba you were talking about sustainable travel? Di ba pinag-usapan nyo ecotourism? Sa Philippines pa lang, ecotourism, mali yung pagkakagamit. Kasi ang ecotourism dito sa Pilipinas, basta may environment, ecotourism na yan. Pero hindi yun yung ibig sabihin ng ecotourism. Even us in Kawil Tours, we don't use ecotourism because we are not within the standards of it as of now. We're working on it, pero hindi pa din kami pasok. But yun nga isa, parang kayo dapat nyo kaming paalahanan na, oops, tuwing Adventours, sabi nyo, 30 lang yung team na umaakyat dapat sa inyo. Bakit kayo 40? Di ba kayo? Diba? Diba? Bakit kayo 40? Bakit hindi kayo nag-explain ng LNT nung isang climb nyo?
LNT is
Leave no trace. Bakit kayo pumayag na hindi nag-pre-climb dun sa isang major climb? So I think for many of us, you have to keep reminding us of first the reason why we actually set it up and try to, it's a delicate balance. Sinasabi ko nga yung pulag issue right now, it's a very hot topic. Thankfully they limited the campers, but the climbers not as much. But for me, aside from napaalalahanan kami, it's also to help us give suggestions to us. Kasi it's not a black and white issue na okay, dahil over-climbing yan, dapat i-cut nyo na lang yung climbers. Hindi siya ganun kasimple dahil if you tell us, dapat 50 climbers lang, the community naman will suffer. So ang gagawin ng community, they will farm the lands of Pulag. Sisira din yung bundok. So we encourage you to actually get involved. Ngayon, my last is parang, hindi para, actually, a dare na maging matapang kayo to take a stand also. And when I say take a stand, hindi yun yung ranting on Facebook Hindi safe yun yung ano ba naman tong ganyan yan. Walang nararating yun. You just add to the noise. But especially if you come from a province, especially if you are an avid traveler and you found certain destinations as your second home. For example, halimbawa ako, second home ko yung Kulyon. Right now, I'm working with the Tibolis in Lake Cebu. So, dun sa mga places na yon na nakitaan nyo talaga na may feel na, di ba, safe ako dito, ganyan, di ba, ang gulo-gulo sa Manila and here I find peace. I hope you take a stand and become brave in demanding and actually proposing solutions, especially to the LGU. At the end of the day kasi, the most sustainable way to develop tourism is to ask the LGU to create a sustainable program. Kasi, as entrepreneurs, we leave the area. You as tourists, even if you say, alis magpakasal kayo doon kayo magpakasal tapos doon na kayo forever, sige okay lang. But for many of us who will get involved in communities, the reality is that we go back to Manila after a week. Diba, you can live there mag-volunteer ka for 10 months, 1 year, but eventually you realize it's not too sustainable for me, I have to go back. Actually, it's to help create systems. Siguro yun muna. Huling points, siguro una, go beyond the me when you travel. It's not enough that you discover yourself. Yung sinasabi lagi namin, if you've done na-relieve yung stress mo, so what if you experience the beauty? So what? So to what purpose again? And I hope it's to protect. Mahal naman natin yung Pilipinas, so di ba pag mahal mo yung isang bagay, dapat pinoprotect mo. Or concerned ka sa growth and sa progress ng isang lugar. So, pangalawa, remind people who are in the industry of their responsibilities, of their promises. Nung sinabi ni Adventours, we'll try to be very environmentally friendly. Sabi ni Kawil, community-based kami. Kailangan ipaalala nyo, oops, parang hindi ka na yata sumusunod, hindi ka na yata nagko-conform. Or, kulang pa yung ginagawa mo. Salamat, pero kulang pa. And last is to really take an active stand, especially in your provinces, especially in areas that you've found yourself fallen in love or nakahanap yun ng love doon. So for now, yun lang. I'll answer questions na lang later. Thank you and good evening.